Good evening. That is our top story. A tight battle tonight between the Braves and the Twins in Minnesota. Atlanta tied it up but lost ground in the bottom of the 8th inning. The Twins have beaten Atlanta now 2 games in a row, but next they'll get a change of scenery.
That's right. The Braves leave the frigid north for the warm and friendly confines of Atlanta Fulton County Stadium. Bill Hartman's been traveling with the team, and he's standing by live in Minneapolis with a look at Game 2. Bill?
Thanks very much, Ken. The Twins fans are all behind me waving those homer hankies and all that because their team has just won their 2nd straight. The series now comes home to Atlanta for Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday games. So the Braves, as you know, have their backs against the wall. It's a best-of-7 series. And the Twins, the 3-2 lead, and that was the final score of Minnesota. 3-2 over the Atlanta Braves. Randy Travis is here, and he's been checking out on some of the fans. There are thousands almost behind us now. What did you find out earlier?
Well, you know, it's a sort of situation that Braves fans have rarely encountered, especially on the road this year. Despite all the Indian protests out here, despite the fact that the Twins won the first 2 games, and despite what you see behind me here, Twins fans, for the most part, have played the role of friendly hosts, leaving the abuse for someone else.
I'm ready for them Twins to beat the Braves again today.
If Braves fans hope to develop a healthy dislike for the other guys in this series, they won't get much motivation here in Minnesota. Can a cheap homer hanky get under your skin?
Got it, that's it.
How about a bad ventriloquist telling even worse jokes?
And the score tonight, 7-1.
Now, how do you know that?
Hey, I ain't no dummy.
Well, a few fans here gave it their best shot.
Atlanta's gonna burn again.
But originality was clearly lacking. Maybe it's the weather. Who has time to taunt when you got to put on all this stuff to go to the ballpark? But despite last night's easy victory, most Twins fans had a hard time rubbing it in tonight.
We think they're gracious losers. Well, they played a respectable game last night. I hope they do about the same tonight. And I'm for the Tomahawks.
Whoa,
keep it up, guys.
Controversy. What is this? Reverse psychology? This woman even made friends with some of the Braves players.
Alejandro Pena, I have a picture with him, and they were great.
So now you're a Braves fan, I guess.
Well, no, they're good sports.
They are good sports?
Good sports when they lose.
But just when you think that's the best they can do, someone finally comes up with those familiar words.
We're going to kick Atlanta's butt.
Yeah!
Twins in 4.
It's going to be added to
Now that wasn't nice.
Twins in 4.
It wasn't.
That's not nice.
I know. I thought you wanted me to say something bad about Atlanta
Well, let's
fans.
say something nice about them.
You guys, I don't know. You guys are lucky enough to get this far.
But I tell you, even if Twins fans have gone easy, Braves fans will be very glad to get home tonight.
I'm sure. One Braves fan who was here, by the way, was Evander Holyfield, the heavyweight champion of the world, and we'll talk to him just a little later on Eyewitness News. So, Cynthia and Ken, back to you in Atlanta, where it is probably a lot warmer than it is here in Minnesota.
You're right. Bill and Randy, thanks.
Thanks.
Okay.
Back here in Atlanta, there were plenty of people out enjoying the game, but one bad call, which Bill mentioned to you a few minutes ago, made the fans' blood boil. Channel 5's Mary Shelvargian joins us now live with more on that story. Mary?
Cynthia, everyone's putting on a happy face for us right now, but really, compared to the last 2 weeks, this was a subdued and disappointed crowd tonight here at the Chicago Pizza and Sports Arena. Most of them at the end of the game filed out pretty quietly. At this point in the series, they have a real disdain for the opposing team with the handkerchiefs. They have also transferred some of that disdain tonight to an umpire.
Herbeck's momentum definitely took Gant right off the base, no doubt about it. He had his glove right behind Gant's thigh, and right behind his calf. Pulled him right off the bag. No doubt about it. Bad call by the ump.
The already unified crowd took a dim view of the controversial play on Ron Gant.
We should have at least 3 runs from that play. Umpire messed up.
When he comes to Atlanta, he's in deep trouble. Deep trouble.
There weren't as many people out tonight as last night. The ones who filled the bars almost all got a seat. They were quiet, even well-behaved.
It's a Sunday night, and we lost last night, and I think things will probably start picking up, though. Come Tuesday, Wednesday, I bet it's going to be a zoo again.
Well, it seems now that the Braves lost the first game, you're not getting as many people out as you did the original game. I don't know why they're not coming out like they did.
This gang says it's been out for most games the past 2 weeks.
I get there by 9 o'clock every morning, and my boss is out later than me, actually. She's a wild woman.
There was some tomahawk chopping here and at the Metrodome tonight. A good play got a good ovation.
You know, they need something a little more masculine than a hanky.
They've come prepared to cry.
Well, some of the Braves fans may be borrowing those hankies tonight, but they say they're down, not out. Tuesday is another day, and they'll be back. Reporting live from Buckhead, Mary Shavarzian, Channel 5 Eyewitness News.
Not many Homer Hankies in that crowd. See you, Mary. So with 2 games of the 1991 World Series now history, the Braves head home to friendly turf, and they hope victory over the Minnesota Twins. The Braves are due to arrive back at the stadium around 3:30 in the morning. Game 3 of the series is set for Tuesday night at the stadium. Our Channel 5 coverage begins at 7:30. Steve Avery is scheduled to start for the Braves. Scott Erickson will take the mound for the Twins. The 2 teams will play Game 4 on Wednesday and, if necessary, Game 5 at the stadium on Thursday. Stay tuned to Channel 5 for complete coverage of the history-making Atlanta Braves in their first ever World Series.
Coming up next on Eyewitness News tonight, it is chop no more for Jane Fonda, who says she will respect protests and drop the tomahawk chop. The stadium is being spruced up this weekend in preparation for Atlanta's first World Series game.
And the Braves Cinderella story is causing the price of baseball cards to skyrocket. John?
Well, we can't extend the weekend, but the good weather will probably go on and on. In the morning, we're looking for partly cloudy skies, kind of cool, 51, sunrise at 7:47.
Actress Jane Fonda says she'll continue to cheer for fiancé Ted Turner's Braves, but no more tomahawk chopping. Fonda joined thousands of other Braves fans in doing the chop at the stadium during the National League playoffs. The gesture's been used by other teams like the Florida State Seminoles, but it's now widely identified with the Braves. Native American groups are protesting the chop and the use of Indian symbols in sports. They call the practice racist. Fonda says that's a good reason to stop.
I'm sorry that I offended them. I'm not going to do it anymore.
Fonda's been active in Indian causes for years and was even arrested during a demonstration with the American Indian movement back in 1970. Native American leaders say they were surprised and upset by Fonda's use of the chop. With the World Series headed to Atlanta for the first time ever, groundskeepers are working hard to make sure the stadium looks great. This week, the Braves' home field will be at the center of the sports universe with a sellout crowd in the stadium and millions more watching on television. Today, workers stenciled the World Series logo on the turf and added other special touches. Ed Mangum and crew have been putting in some long hours this weekend, so the field will be ready when the Braves and Twins take the field on Tuesday night.
And Ken, Braves baseball cards have never been so valuable. The prices are skyrocketing. Proof of that today at a card trading show here in Atlanta. Card shops are selling Steve Avery cards for $15 a piece, up from $1.50. And card sellers say the price could double tomorrow.
You can't get a Leaf Avery now. One guy came through here and bought, between me and this guy here, over $300 worth of them today, Avery alone.
And Avery isn't the only one. David Justice and other teammates are hot, too.
Ron Gant's good. He went 3 for 4 last night. To get his average up about 15, 20 points, he'd be $15, $20 card.
Other sports items are selling rapidly, too. With the Braves in the National Spotlight, T-shirts are going fast. And there is a whole room filled with World Series mementos. If the Braves win the World Series, look for prices to skyrocket once again.
They certainly will. And up next on Eyewitness News.